Hello, and welcome to Justin Talks Villa. This is the warm down. Aston Villa 3, Fulham 1. We're back.
Yes, folks, Aston Villa 3, Fulham 1. What an afternoon. What a brilliant afternoon. I don't normally play that intro anymore at the start, but it was an homage to our wonderful captain, our leader, Super John McGinn. What a performance from him, and what a performance from the boys. Absolutely buzzing. I am so happy. I'm happy for the owners. I'm happy for the manager. I'm happy for the coaches. I'm happy for the players. I'm happy for us, the fans. I'm happy for everyone. I'm not saying we are out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination, but that was just what the doctor ordered. It was cathartic. It was amazing. It was amazing to be there. The stadium was rocking, especially in the second half. The atmosphere was great. The performance was good. We'll get into it in a bit more detail in a minute. But overall, it was just lovely to be at Villa Park, seeing them play like that again and winning well. What a wonderful football club this is. Look, it hasn't been good this season. We all know. I can't come in here and say anything other than that. That is the God's honest truth. Everybody knows it. Anybody that's watched us will say we have been struggling this season. And what we needed was a release valve. We needed to release the pressure that was building. And that feels like a real pressure release today. Start with the team news. Surprising. I haven't seen any post-match stuff. I was at the ground, so I didn't hear what Unai said pre-match. So I don't know the reasons why, for example, Boubacar Kamara wasn't in the team. My guess at the game was that he's just come back from an injury. Don't really want to play him 2 games in a few days. Best to ease him back in slowly. And the biggest compliment I can make to the starting 11 was we didn't miss him today. Lamar Bogard is a bona fide first teamer at Aston Villa. He slipped in there today. Excellent. Really, really good. Amongst a plethora of other good performances. But we'll get into that in a minute. Martinez back in goal. Great to see, despite little rumours of unrest behind the scenes. Why was he left out the squad in midweek? Again, we are not privy to any of these decisions, but to see him back in the 11, playing really well today, didn't really have a chance with their goal, but overall thought it was good. Back 4, I would have started Pau Torres. No disrespect to playing Mings, but he seems to be the player that Unai is sticking with for the Premier League, especially. But he had to come off. Hopefully that's not a bad injury. Hopefully it's precautionary, which is normally the way with Tyrone Mings because of his history. There's no point in overly pushing him if he feels a tweak. So let's hope that's what that is. Back 4 did really, really well. I thought Matty Cash has continued his really good season, and I shall keep battering that home. Matty Cash is having a good season. He was good today, really good. Solid at the back, good in the tackle, read the game really well, got forward when he needed to. He is a good Premier League right back, and he deserves more respect. That's my opinion, okay? Luca Dean, great. Conser, decent. No problem with the back five. Midfield, McGinn, captain's performance. Now, that's something we've been lacking. Leadership. We've been lacking that on-field general that can push us on when we've struggled. And that was exactly what we got from our captain today. He was magnificent. Magnificent, in my opinion, today. Led from the front, scored a wonderful goal, did everything you'd want of a centre midfielder. 3 in behind, kept faith with Morgan Rogers. It seems that's what he's going to do. He's going to keep playing him until he plays him into form. I thought he was better today. Don't think he's anywhere near still prime Morgan Rogers, but he was better. I think that left-hand side, although I don't think it's his best position, I think it allows him to be less involved, which sounds counterproductive, but I think you know what I mean. He's not central and he's not reliant on everything going through him. So I think it allows him to try and influence the game without being the main man. And when you're not in good form, I think that's not a bad thing. So I think hopefully he'll just keep improving. If it's only a few percentage every game, we'll take that because he'll get back to his best sooner rather than later. Elliott, again, took off at half time. Thought he was okay in the first half. Don't think he was outstanding, but I think what he did well. He received the ball well. He used the ball well without really influencing the game massively. So that was an interesting one. Again, hopefully it's not a bad injury. Gussan, another player that's took a bit of flack. This is his 6th, 7th game for Villa. Ease off the kid. Ease off the kid. I think there's a player there. Okay. Offensively, we haven't seen the best of him yet, but we've seen glimpses of what he's capable of. But what I really like and what I think he did really well today, and he's done it over the last few games, and this is why I believe Emery keeps picking him, is he's great at tracking back. His defensive work is really, really good. Now, I know that's not why he's in the team, but it's an important part of being in the team. You've got to be prepared to do the tracking back and the tackling and the tidying up and helping out in tough areas. And he does that and he never moans. And at one moment today, I think it was the first half in the right-hand corner by the Doug Ellis and North Stand, he battled really hard for the ball, won a throw-in, and he was throwing his arms up to the fans to try and encourage them. That's a good sign for me. That's a sign that he's settling in the team. And I think there's good things to come from Gussan. I really do. Ollie Watkins had to start today. I think absolutely the right decision. After his disappointment in midweek, his lack of goals this season, it was going to come at some point. And I'm so pleased for the kid that he's come today. Brilliant ball over the top. Luca Dean, defender totally misread it. And Ollie was Johnny on the spot. And it was a tough finish. I think we all thought he'd hit it over the bar. Can't fault him. Lifted it over the keeper. He was quite tight in on goal, and difficult skill to do that is. But he did it really well, and it went in. Can't fault him. So yeah, really, really pleased. First half, I know probably if I bring up the momentum bar, which is always a good indicator of where we are at in the game, I think it's a fair reflection of where the game started. I think Fulham were decent in the first 10, 15 minutes. They obviously scored early, and it was a disappointing goal to concede. I haven't had time to clip up the clips of the goal, but I think if you look back and watch Match of the Day 2 tonight, it's good movement from Raul Jimenez, very experienced striker, decent forward, and I think it's Bogard that's marking him. But he does that little turn to the left. Bogard just goes, gets sold the dummy. He spins in. He's got the run on him. Bogard does track him. But ultimately, when the ball drops on somebody's head, it's a great finish. Good header. Only place in the goal he's going to score. That's an experienced striker. Difficult to criticise. The only thing we could have done better was going and winning the ball. but I've got to give credit where credit's due. I think it's a good finish. It's a good goal from Fulham. And I said to the guys by me, I don't think that's the worst thing that could happen in the world. And that sounds really weird, counterproductive that we've gone behind early, especially given the form we've been in going into this game. But I do think it sparked us. I think it was almost the straw that broke the camel's back. Lads, we can't keep on like this. We can't carry on like this. And if we look at the momentum bar here, this is where we started getting back into the game, started getting a bit of momentum, getting a bit of pressure, getting a bit of old Villa back. Started having a bit of a go. Then Fulham had a little bit of a go. Very even first half, very even. And then magic goal came. Great ball from Luca Dean. Looks up, spots the run of Ollie Watkins. We tried this a few times today, actually. And I think you got to criticise the defender. I think it's poor from him. I think it's Joachim Andersen. Totally misjudges it. He's under the flight of the ball. But Watkins gambles, gets around the back. And he's really only got one option, is to lift it over the keeper. As I said, it's difficult skill, but he did it really well. And I think the whole stadium held its breath for what seemed like an hour as it dropped down, expecting it to go over the bar or nestle on top of the net. But it didn't. It gloriously dropped inside the net, which was brilliant to see. Absolutely fantastic to see. I was so happy for him. And you could see as he wheeled away in delight, the relief and the release that these things have on footballers. It is confidence. Anybody that watches football for any amount of time will know confidence. Confidence is one of the most important things with a footballer. These lads don't get to this level without being very good footballers. You just don't play in the Premier League. Even if you've had one game in the Premier League, you are a very, very good footballer. But what they lack and what they've lacked this season is confidence. But I feel that gave Ollie especially that boost he needed, that he was crying out for. And then we went into half-time. I think it was fair. Half-time, 1-1. And then the change came at half-time, which we was all surprised about. This is why I'm going to have to look into what's happened to Harvey Elliott. Hopefully it's not a knock, because I didn't think he did anything particularly terrible to deem him worthy of being brought off at half-time. So hopefully he's okay. But it turned out to be good for us, didn't it? Because Emi Buendia, another player, has come out of the cold and has shown incredible resilience to come back from where he has with his terrible injury. Loaned out, didn't play much last season, seemingly out as well this summer. Last minute U-turn, by all accounts, kept him at the club. But my God, is he taking his chance? My God, is he showing desire and hunger and desire to be a part of Aston Villa again. And a fully fit and firing Emi Buendia is a very good player. And he's proven that again today in the second half. I thought he was excellent in the second half. So then we go and we take the lead. And it's Super John McGinn. Again, really good in midfield. I think Bogard and I think it's Buendia both hunt him down. I think it might be Iwobi that got caught on the ball. But brilliant from Bogard and Buendia. Win the ball back, nick it off him. I think Buendia rolls it to McGinn, who's just inside the half. And he's only got one thing in his mind, hasn't he? Drive towards the goal. And I think as he drove towards their goal, they stood off him. And I thought it was poor from them again. Poor defending. Nobody engaged him. And then when he gets to the edge of the box, it's a great strike. There's only one thing you can do there, really, is drive it hard and low into the bottom corner. And it's a brilliant strike. And the place erupted. Absolutely erupted. It was fantastic to see. I have got a little video I'm going to play now. So this is my footage from the game. As you can see, John McGinn here just pressed record in time as the ball smashes into the back of the net. And it was lovely to see. Let's see that video.
Only early, don't make it a bit complicated.
2-1, we said.
Aston Villa, number 7, Super Tom Green.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love Super John McGinn. And then the icing on the cake, Emi Buendia topping a fabulous second half off with what was, again, a very good goal. And I did manage to get a little bit of this as well.
Yeah, I think might be, yeah. The ref straight in his ear, really. The ref was straight in his ear, wasn't he? Good to me. How long does it take? You're confident now, Nate. Confident.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. I will give a massive shout out as well to Duncan, a friend of mine who sits in that corporate area, and he messaged me yesterday and he said, I've got a spare. What a wonderful day. Absolutely brilliant. Is in the Legends Lounge, and it is I mean, obviously these guys, it's expensive. You know, they pay a lot of money for this. I could never afford it, but it's a wonderful, if you can, fair play to you, because it's a great place to go and watch the football. Lovely food, fantastic service. It's a lovely, lovely place to be. And it was a privilege to be invited in today and spend time with those guys. They are lovely, massive Villa fans, all of them. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to those guys today, Pete and Adil and Duncan. I don't know if you watch this, but if you do, absolutely wonderful. Thank you. I've enjoyed spending the day with you all. Right, we'll finish off. Do that. Right, finish off looking at the end of. I need to take that off first, obviously. If I can, there we go. Add that in. Right, let's have a final look at a few of the statistics from the game. I've got to do my ratings in a minute for analysis. So we'll have a look at what Sofa Score rated the players. Luca Dean, left back, 7.3. I think that's very, very harsh on Matty Cash. 6.6, absolutely no chances of 6.6. Bing's obviously injured, so he had to be taken off, so I have a problem with that particularly. Bogard was better than a 6.5 for me. McGinn definitely deserved an 8. Rogers, yeah, I think he's in and around a 7 for me. Elliott, again, I think that's probably about fair. Gassan, more than that for me. Yes, offensively, as I've said, he needs to improve a little bit, but I love what he does. I love his enthusiasm. Ollie Watkins, yeah, once he got the goal, looked a totally different player for me. And then if we look at the substitutes, Pau Torres, I keep saying it, Pau Torres is instrumental in how we want to play. When we are at our best, Pau Torres is imperative for us. He just is. And I thought defensively he was decent as well today. Buendia, 8.1. Again, brilliant. I thought it was fantastic. And in the 10 role as well. We've seen him out on the left. 10 role suits him. We know that. That's where he loves to play. Influence the game. Kamara had another little run out, which I think, if they are easing him back from his injury, then I think that's a sensible, 15, 16 minutes. Lindelof once again coming on in the double pivot, which is interesting, but he's obviously another option for us there. But it helps just, last 10 minutes. 3-1. We didn't want them to get one back. Would have made it very, very uncomfortable last few minutes. So, he loves to shut shop up, which he did. And Daniel Marlon there with a 6.5. Again, didn't really have a lot of time on the pitch. If we look at the average positions, I think this is very interesting as well. So we'll look at this is obviously Martinez there. And it's essentially, looking at average positions there, it's almost a 3-4-3 there. So Cash, Concert, and that's Mings, but it's obviously over the whole game. So that would be Pau Torres, and then Luca Dean and Gisson playing the wide areas, McGinn and Bogard there in the double pivot, making up a 4. And then quite a tight 3 there, really, with Watkins, Elliott, and Rogers. So, yeah, quite interesting there, 3-4-3 formation. I think that's about it for the tactical side of things. Anything else we want to talk about? What we got up here, statistics. There we go. Let's have a quick look at this as well. So we've got, now this is interesting. We have had more possession than every team we've played against this season. Now today, we've dropped below the 50% mark. Doesn't make a difference. Quality possession and doing something with the ball in the final third is the most important statistic. We know that. I know we know that. It's lovely to have the ball. It's lovely to control the game. But you have to have an end product. And today, we had that end product, and that was the difference. 3 big chances created, 3 goals, 9 shots. Keeper made 3 saves, 2 corners to their 8. But yep, overall, just very pleasing. Very, very pleasing. I think that's enough of tactical things today. How do I feel now? Relief. I do. I feel really relieved. I feel pleased. I'm chuffed for everybody, as I started this off with. Chuffed for the squad. Actually, we'll have a quick look at this because I thought this was interesting. If we look at the league table now, if I can bring it up. Standings, there we go. So, very, very compact Premier League table there. If you look at that, let's try and get it as high as we can so you can see. So, most teams have played 6 games now. So there's only 1 game to go, which will be tomorrow, I believe, at Everton, West Ham. Now, we've only won 1 game this season. Now, we are only 2 points now off Chelsea in 8th. That just goes to show how quickly things can change. Now, I'm not going to take anything for granted. I'm not saying we are home and dry. I'm not going to say we're going on an amazing run now, because football is a fickle beast and you have to make sure you are on it every game. We know that. But having the start we've had, the negativity surrounding the club since the summer, today was huge for me. Huge. 3 goals, 3 points. Big European game to come in the week. We've started okay in the Europa League, 1 win out of 1. Be good to go there and get a positive result. Then we have to win against Burnley next Sunday. And then we're going to be sitting in and around mid-table, which is perfect. 10 games. I keep saying it. I've had a bit of stick over the last few weeks for still being so positive and still saying that we can turn it around, still saying there's light at the end of the tunnel. But there is. We've got a good side. We've got a great manager. 10 games. Let's see where we are at 10 games. We've got 4 games to go. A win next week puts us at 9 points. Conceivably, we could be in and around 10th, 11th, 12th. That's okay, considering the start we had. Okay? Just wanted to finish off on that one there. So there we go. I thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. We can all breathe a huge sigh of relief tonight, and we can all go to bed finally with a Premier League win under the belt. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. welcome on the journey. Drop the video a like. Get involved in the comment section. Who was your man of the match? I'm going to give mine to... Matty Cash deserves a special mention for me. I thought he was great today, but there was numerous players who were really, really good. But I have to go with John McGinn. Captain's performance, led from the front, scored a wonderful goal. So my vote for man of the match goes to Super John McGinn. The phone-in is back tomorrow night. That's Monday night. Monday, the 29th of September, 8 o'clock. Come and join me for a double winning phone-in. For the first time this season, I'll be hosting a phone-in on the back of not just one win since we did it last week, 2 wins in a week. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'm going to have a drink up the Villa.